Well, hello YouTubers, scrappers, all sorts of folks visiting my channel. Thanks for coming back. Mike here. Time for another viewer Q&A and some updates. First off, I got a lot of questions about the hurricane videos I put out. Thank you for all your concern. We're all fine. We were without power for like 4 days, something like that, the better part of 4 days. They just got it up and running late yesterday. So we're back in business power-wise, but that was really, other than a bunch of trees pushed over in our tree farm, really all the damage we suffered. We got really, really lucky. Ian turned, it was coming right at us, and it turned and went into Fort Myers and just devastated the place. Absolutely devastated it. Some of you have probably seen the video that's come out of there by now about how bad it was. And the wife and I had to talk about this. And the next time there's a storm that strong coming right at us, we're getting the hell out of here. Okay? Because we're not going to try and ride that out. It's just, 155 mile an hour sustained winds with gusts on top of that and a 15-foot storm surge. We're far enough away from the coast that the storm surge might not affect us too bad, but 155 mile an hour sustained winds with gusts, there's very little that can stand up to that for long. So yeah, we'd eventually lose the roof. Trees would come down over the house, punch holes in it. Yeah, so next time there's a storm like that coming at us, we're going to pack up the animals and, the important papers, and we're going to evacuate. Just in case it doesn't turn and we don't get lucky like we got this last time. So yeah, we got really, really lucky. The poor people down in Fort Myers, they were not so lucky. So, time to address some issues and questions that my viewers have brought up. I guess number one, top of the list is shorts. No, not these. Short videos that YouTube is pressing all of us creators to make. They seem to be desperate to compete with TikTok. So they've been pushing us to create shorts to try and compete with TikTok. And a lot of you don't like the shorts. Some of you do, but a lot of you don't. I've gotten some bad feedback on them. Some people have even said they're unsubscribing from me because I'm putting out shorts. They hate them so much. Well, I don't like shorts either. I think they're kind of an abomination. I think they're a sign that our society is going to hell in a handbasket when people's attention span isn't more than 15 seconds, But YouTube seems to be of the opinion that if society's going to hell in a handbasket, we need to be in the handbasket making business. So, after enough cajoling, I put out a few shorts, and actually 1 or 2 of them have done quite well and been well received. But some of them have not been so well received by my regular viewers. So here's the deal. Some subjects really are only worth about 15, 20 seconds, a minute tops, okay? Like my encounter with the bighorn sheep out in Wyoming. That lasted all of 20-some seconds, okay? So I can't make a long-form video out of that. So hey, it's a short, okay? But stuff that deserves long-form video treatment, I'm going to give it the long-form video treatment. But I think I'm still going to continue putting out some shorts in the future, and we'll see where this short nonsense goes. Hopefully it will be a fad that's going to die out. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. Whenever I depend on society to do the right thing, I'm usually disappointed. So, shorts may be here to stay. As people's attention spans get shorter and shorter. So, we'll see how it goes. But there will be some shorts in the future. And if you come here for the long-form video, feel free to ignore the shorts. Don't watch them. That's fine. So, there will be long-form videos. I'm not giving up the format for shorts. I've seen a lot of other very popular, very successful YouTubers dive into shorts, and I don't like them. I'm not going to name any names, but if I could name a few that I'm sure you would recognize. People who watch my channel, watch some of these other channels too, and they've started putting out lots of shorts, and they seem kind of low-grade, amateurish, aimed at the lowest common denominator, whereas their long-form videos are very, very good. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just my opinion, but I don't really like the shorts format. I tried it because YouTube wanted me to, and I can see how some things really don't deserve more than a short treatment. But a lot of stuff does. Monk parakeets flying over. So, there's going to be a few more shorts coming out in the future, but there's going to be a lot of long-form videos. I'm going to stick with the long-form format for the most part. And anybody who doesn't have the attention span to watch them, well, they can go to TikTok. Okay? So, let's see. What else? What other user issues and questions? Okay, I put out a couple of videos on some telecom boards I picked up from a friend. He sold them off to me fairly cheap. Nice guy. Thank you. And one question I got a lot from those videos was, are you going to show the depopulation? Please show the depopulation. Please show how you depopulate these boards. So yes, okay. I will set up to show the depopulation. I will set up to film the depopulation when I do it. So yeah, these telecom boards and the switchboards that I got are the ones that people are really interested in seeing how I depopulate them. I generally do it in the kiln. My kilns are very wet right now. They got soaked with rain during the hurricane, but I'll dry them out and we'll get to depopulating some of these boards. But maybe not all of them. As I mentioned in the video where I unboxed these, some of these might wind up in my mystery boxes. I still have some mystery boxes for sale, and I can make up a few more since I've got so much stuff on hand right now. So, yeah, check out my mystery boxes. I'll put a link in the upper right, your upper right, my upper left, to a little video I made about mystery boxes. Plus, I'll put a link in the video description to my for sale section on my website where you can see the mystery boxes and contact me about buying one if you're interested. Or more than one if you're interested. So anyway, but there will be videos on depopulating these telecom boards and the Ethernet switchboards I got too. So wait for those to come out. And then another question I get from time to time, I mean it's not a big one, but I do get it, you know, in low numbers consistently, is can I upload in full HD? And well, yes, I can. And I have uploaded some files in full HD. Now the main camera I'm using, which I'm using right now, is a Nikon D5100. And I'm using it because, well, I already had it, you know. I actually own 3 Nikon D5100s. I bought them for astrophotography. I had one here in Florida, one in Arizona, and one I loaned to my wife for her astrophotography interests. So I use them. They can't do full HD. But when I make videos with my phone, which I do a lot when I'm on the road, it can do full HD. So some of my videos are in full HD and some aren't. I would like to upgrade my main camera at some point. You know, it's got an external microphone, it's got good audio. I like it, but you know, it can't do full HD. Someday I will upgrade it, but you know, it's just a matter of, hey, I've got it on hand, it works, I know how to use it. So yeah, so it's going to be a mix of videos. Some are going to be full HD, the ones taken on my phone, and the ones taken with the Nikon, not so much. They'll be like 780. So hey, on the other hand, you won't have to wait so long if you've got a slow internet connection. There'll be less of the, you know, waiting for the video to load if it's not in full HD, because, you know, it's going to load quicker. So I will try to get, when I'm using the Nikons, if there's something that requires, you know, good detail, I'll try to get closer up images so that you don't have to try and see them at lower resolution, you know. So I'll try to get closer up images with the Nikon until I can get around to upgrading my camera. I buy most of my cameras in pawn shops because you can get really good deals in pawn shops. And there aren't a lot of cameras in pawn shops these days. I think they've mostly stopped buying them because they don't resell too well. Unless I'm there, then I'll buy them. But I haven't seen a decent camera in a pawn shop lately that will replace what I got up there. And Well, I'm too cheap to shell out for a new one, okay? What else we got on the list? And then another question I'm getting a lot, and maybe it's because the hurricane came through. I put out a video probably, a year or more ago about driving spiral anchors into the ground using an impact driver, or an impact wrench. And that video is almost always in one of my top 5 most viewed videos. You know, every week when I'm looking at my analytics on YouTube, that video is always there. I mean, it doesn't get a huge number of views every week, but it gets enough that it's always in like the top 5. And it generates a lot of questions. And the main question I get is, how big of an air compressor do you need to drive those spiral anchors in with an impact wrench? And the answer I give people is as big as possible. Okay, the biggest one you got. You know, the biggest one you can get without, breaking the budget. You could do it with a very small air compressor, but the pressure in the tank's going to drop really quickly, and you're going to have to stop and wait for it to build up again. And you may have to go through 3 or 4 cycles of that to drive one anchor in the ground, with a small compressor. You know, with my big 50-gallon compressor over there, I can get pretty much one anchor in the ground, and then I have to wait for it to recharge. You know, so the bigger the compressor, the better, the easier it's going to go. And I think hurricane season must have, and Hurricane Ian coming through must have revived interest in that video. A lot of people were probably anchoring down stuff, and a lot of questions and comments started coming in about that video. So yeah, the biggest air compressor you can get your hands on. You can borrow one from a friend. If you have a small air compressor, it'll work. It's just going to take a long time, okay? So upcoming events. Wife and I just got back from Wyoming. We got back from Wyoming the day before the hurricane hit, and had to get all of the prep done. But while we were out there, did a lot of rock hounding, and also collecting a lot of samples from old mines, from their dump piles, and also sampling some quartz veins I found when I was out prospecting out there. So brought back a lot of rocks from Wyoming. So we got some pretty rocks to cut up with the Lortone saw back there, and also got a whole bunch of ore samples that I need to crush up and pan out and see what's in them. So those videos will be coming up too. Might also be doing another toll refine for somebody. We're still negotiating on that, and I was just going to tell them no because I didn't know how long the power was going to be out. After Hurricane Irma, we were out of power for weeks, but the power's back on, so we need to go back to negotiating on whether or not I'm going to do this toll refine. It's even bigger than the one I did for Ken, so it's going to take me a while, and I've got a lot of other projects, so we'll see about that. So I guess that's about all for today. Thanks for watching. Watch for those future videos I talked about to come out, and subscribe to see those videos. Press the little bell icon YouTube wants you to press to be notified when new videos come out. As a subscriber, you will be notified when I release a new video. And check out my second channel, Electric Geek 64. It's good stuff going on over there all the time. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.